In today's video, I'm going to talk about the pros and the cons of selling for sale by owner, FSBO, and there will be a little singing surprise at the end from the singing realtor. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Jesse Kern, the singing realtor here in the Des Moines, Iowa metro. And today we're talking about for sale by owner, FSBO, FSBO, the cons and the pros. And for those of you that have been asking, I'm going to sing a song at the end with a little contest involved. So stay tuned. Let's start with the positive aspects of for sale by owner. Number one, save on commission. Here in the Des Moines metro area, our commissions are anywhere from 6 to 7%. Now remember, the seller and their agent agree upon this commission, and usually half of that goes to pay the buyer's agent. So don't think that just the listing agent gets all 6 or 7%. If it's 6%, then 3% goes to pay the buyer's agent to bring a buyer, and the other 3% goes to the listing agent and their brokerage. So obviously, if your price point is $200,000, which is about our average, you're talking thousands of dollars. Or if you're up in our luxury price point of $500,000 or more, that's a big chunk of change that you could save. So that's definitely a benefit to going for sale by owner. Benefit number two, you get to control everything. If you're the personality type that likes to be in charge and have your hands in everything, for sale by owner may be for you. Not only do you get to set the price, do all the negotiations, you also get to do all the back end things like order your mortgage payoff, termite inspection, ordering that, abstract orders. There's lots to for sale by owner, and when you go that route, you get to control everything. Number three, insider knowledge. You know the most about your house and your neighborhood, so you can bring that to bear in the transaction, setting the price and so forth. Who knows your house more than you, right? Number four, devote your full attention to the sale of your house. Many real estate agents have multiple deals going all at the same time, and you're not their only client. So if you do for sale by owner, you are your only client. You can devote your full attention to it. You can be there for all the showings during the day and the evenings and weekends. Whenever buyers want to see it, you can be available and show it to them. You can take care of rush orders at the last minute if the abstract doesn't get ordered in time, or if the homeowners association affidavit needs a rush and is late. You get to devote your full attention to all those aspects of selling your house. And the fifth pro for selling your house yourself is if it's a seller's market, you've got very little competition, and it's the perfect time to do for sale by owner. Now, your market may depend on your niche or price point. Here in Des Moines, $200,000, that's a pretty good price to sell your house on your own. If you get up into the luxury price points, $500,000 plus, it's a buyer's market up there, and you may have more challenge selling it yourself because buyers have plenty of options to choose from. Plus, the time of year is also a factor. Seasonality with snow and cold in a place like Des Moines, Iowa, that definitely affects our real estate sales. So, if your price point is in a seller's market, that's a definite benefit to for sale by owner. And now for the cons or disadvantages of selling for sale by owner. Number one, lack of exposure. The National Association of Realtors 2018 profile of buyers and sellers showed that for sale by owner properties sold for 24% less than what listed properties sold for. Now that's nationwide, it varies by market, but 24% less, that is a huge amount of money. Also from the National Association of Realtors 2018 profile of buyers and sellers, 93% of buyers worked with a professional agent whose services are free to them. Of the remaining 7% that sold for sale by owner, half of those sold to someone they already knew. So half of for sale by owner properties sell to someone that they already knew. That leaves you with just 3.5% of the buyers that actually purchase for sale by owner properties, which leads to the next point of supply and demand. So with only 3.5% of buyers looking at for sale by owner properties, that's not a lot of demand for sale by owner properties. And if a realtor's commission is only 6 or 7%, and if they sell for 24% less, you're actually ahead if you list with an agent, sell the property faster, don't have holding costs of the lack of exposure. Because if you have lack of exposure, you're going to sit on the market longer. That's utilities, that's more interest on your mortgage. It might be faster just to list it with an agent and sell it more quickly. 4 types of buyers. Buyer type number 1, they're serious and they're in a hurry. They're using a real estate agent. 93% of buyers use a real estate agent whose services are free. Why wouldn't a buyer use a licensed professional agent to sell them their home? So serious and in a hurry buyers, they're not necessarily looking for sale by owner properties. Number 2, serious and not in a hurry. These people are also working with agents. Many times they're first-time home buyers and they want someone to guide them through the process for the first time. And then the 3rd type of buyer, this is the bargain hunter or the investor. Why would a serious buyer purchase a for sale by owner property and pass up all the free services of a licensed professional agent? That's because they hope to save in price what you hope to save in commission. I'll say that again. They want to save in price what you hope to save in commission. So anytime a salesperson is not involved, the price goes down. And do you really come out ahead for all the extra work? Here's something to take into consideration. When appraisers appraise properties, they know that 6-7% of that price was for commissions toward a real estate agent. So if they're appraising a property that doesn't involve an agent in the transaction, they're immediately going to reduce the price, that commission percentage. So again, do you really put yourself ahead? And then investors, they're probably the largest part of bargain hunters. They're trained to negotiate against you, and they do it professionally. So are you really willing to take on bargain hunters? And then the 4th type of buyer, that's the looky-loo. These are people that can't qualify for whatever reason. Maybe they're just dream building for the moment, going out to open houses because it's fun. And do you really want to spend your time showing your house to looky-loos who can't even qualify in the first place? A quick statistic on the unqualified buyer, or the looky-loo as I called it. In 2018, that National Association of Realtors study, the profile of buyers and sellers, show that only 4% of buyer inquiries from phone calls and internet leads, and that would be people that view it on Zillow, only 4% are ready, willing, and able buyers. So how do you know if someone's calling on your house? How do you know that you're not wasting your time showing your house to whoever wants to see it? Are they really qualified? Number 3, no negotiating skills. Unless you are in a career where you negotiate on a regular basis, most for sale by owners don't have that experience. And real estate agents are professional negotiators. And it's not just the price. What if something comes up in the inspection? Or financing and appraisal issues. What if the appraisal comes in low? What do you do then? And then there's closing costs. What if the buyer asks for 3% in closing costs? How much is legal based on their loan program? And there's other issues like delayed closings. For example, I had a deal close recently where the buyer, he quit his job right before closing. His wife had gotten a new job. She made more money than he did at his old job, so why not, right? Well, the lender had approved his loan based on his income at his previous job. So when he didn't have that job anymore, the loan was in jeopardy of not closing. Fortunately, the lender was very experienced and was able to flip the file into the wife's income. But that deal did not close on time. And what if you as a seller, you can't perform in your next house till your current one closes and the buyer doesn't perform. So it's not just price. There are many things to consider when negotiating a real estate transaction. And have you thought about how you would handle those kinds of situations? Number 4, legal liability. Real estate contracts are legally binding contracts. If an attorney is involved in the transaction, they expect to be paid by the hour. So if the deal falls apart, you have to pay them either way. Real estate agents are paid by commission, so if the deal falls apart, they just move on to the next transaction and get paid at closing. 90% of real estate litigation is a buyer suing a seller, and the majority of those were unrepresented parties. Again, 90% of real estate litigation is a buyer suing a seller, and half of those are where there was no real estate agent involved. Number 5 con for selling for sale by owner, and that's security. In today's modern world, this really speaks for itself. Currently, we're experiencing the coronavirus pandemic, so then that's another reason to ask yourself, how secure is it to sell for sale by owner? If you enjoyed today's video and it was helpful to you, give a like below and subscribe to the channel. Also in the comments below, download my free For Sale by Owner Thoughts to Consider. It's completely free. For Sale by Owner Thoughts to Consider, and have a blessed day. Got my little singing hat on. For those of you that have requested that I sing a little bit more, here's a spoof on a little real estate song. I wrote the words. If you are the first person that comments below what the actual song is, I'll give you a $10 gift card to Amazon.com or some other retailer of your choice. And you get bonus points if not only you can tell me what song it is, but who wrote it and whose version that I am singing. Remember, I wrote the words to this for a sales class about for sale by owners, which this video was about. Call me, I am a FSBO, overpriced and undershone. I'm FSBO, call me. My number's in the yard and I'm on Zillow. Call me, I am FSBO, overpriced and undershone. I'm FSBO, call me, I am FSBO. My number's in the yard and I'm on Zillow. Overpriced and undershone. Call me, I am FSBO. Call me, I am FSBO.